Hello everyone, this is Mayank and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to discuss about one particular company in the case of startups investing. So this particular company is listed on the stock market right now. So we'll see what kind of fundamentals, what kind of business, what is technical for this company, and we'll discuss also why we should invest in this company. If you are interested in investing in startups and being a part of the startup growth journey in India. So the love for startups has increased a lot recently. A lot of startups become unicorns. They're all over the news. Shark Tank become a household name, and people know the founders of Bharat Pay because of controversy, and also the part of Shark Tank. People know Aman Gupta. People know Anupam Mittal. So people know a lot about startups. People are getting interested, and that's the reason also so many startups got listed in the stock market at very high valuation. And we'll see what is happening to these startups also, and then we will discuss about the company in today's video. Okay, now to understand the strength of the company which I want to discuss today, we need to see what situation of the startups which got listed with a lot of fanfare. So to start with, Zomato is down by 36.59%, Paytm is down by 50.34%, and Nykaa is down by 37.04%, and Cartrade is down by 62.09%, and Policybazaar is down by 41.52%, and Fino Payments is down by 46.68%. So you can see every startup for which there were a lot of news, people, a lot of excitement was there. Retail investors had big participation. Some of them went up to 60, 70x, and now they all are down by huge margin. The kind of return what we dream of in the stock market, they are giving negative of the same return in a span of less than a year. So this is the current situation, and we need to see this because the kind of startup which I'm going to talk about now, they are in a profitable company. So before going there, we need to know how many more startups are going to come in the future. Navi Insurance, Oyo Rooms, Swiggy, MobiKwik, Delivery, PharmEasy, the founder of ShopClues has one more startup called Room. They are also planning for IPO in 2022. So a lot of startups are going to come in the future. A lot of startups had come in 2021, completely giving negative return as we have seen. So let me in the comment section if you are interested in investing in startups again through stock market or not. If yes, why? If no, why? I have my own opinion also whether we should invest in startup IPOs or not. If not, why? If yes, why? So I'll create a video if you're interested in that also, and I'll be looking at your comments also based on the same question. Now, since you've seen the bloodbath, we can go further and dig down the company which I'm going to talk about. So the company is InfoEdge. So we'll discuss about business fundamentals, technicals of InfoEdge, and then I'll give my reason also why InfoEdge should be taken into consideration if you want to be a part of startup growth of India. So InfoEdge is a tech company which also has a lot of startups operated by itself, and then it is an investing company also in a lot and lot of startups. So if you see this particular image, so Naukri.com, 99 Acres, Shiksha, Jeevansathi.com are the companies which InfoEdge operates, and all these four companies are leader in their own segment. Naukri.com is leader in jobs segment, 99 Acres is leader in property portal, Shiksha is leader in education, and Jeevansathi.com is leader in matrimonial domain. Zomato and Policybazaar are the prime investing companies. In case of InfoEdge, they have a lot of fanfare, they've grown a lot, they're all billion-dollar companies. Now, this list consists of all the companies which InfoEdge has invested, the kind of equity this company has in these invested companies, book value at what they have invested. You can pause the video, you can see the list. You can, if you're interested in the startup world, I'll suggest you to open each website and see what this company does. You might know what Zomato does, you might know what Policybazaar does, but I'm quite sure you might not know what No Paper Form does. Some of you might not know what Gramophone does. Some of you might know what Printo is all about. Some of you might know what Shipsy is all about. Some of you might have seen news about Shop Kirana, but you might not know news about what Great HR does. To people who are interested, who want to be part of the startup culture, and people who are really fan of startups should definitely pause the video at this place and go and do the own analysis and understand. Going further, we'll talk about fundamentals of the company. Fundamentally, this company is a large cap company. The stock P is 5.99, which is quite good. Only 6 with a company which is startup, already a startup which manages a lot of startups and which is invested in a lot of startups which have negative cash flow. In spite of that, the stock P is not negative and it's only 5.99. There is no higher valuation. It's a very good news for any company. That's also a very good reason why I'm saying InfoEdge, you should invest in InfoEdge if you want to be a part of the startup growth. But first see the debt is only 55.9 crore, where the net profit is 1,407 crores. So I'm repeatedly saying the domain in which this company works, the startup world, considering that all the fundamentals point what you see, debt equity ratio, debt, net profit, everything is exceptionally good for this company. How mutual fund works? So mutual fund, you invest in a mutual fund, there will be a fund manager who will analyze all the individual stocks. They will put your money in the stocks which they identify as a good stock where you can make more money. We are mitigating the risk by giving our money to someone who is more knowledge than us and who can take better decisions than us. InfoEdge is also similar thing. We will buy stock of InfoEdge. InfoEdge will do the hard work. They will invest in the right startup. So for example, if you see Zomato, they invested in a very earlier stage and they hold 22.5%, around 22.5% of Zomato. So this is a very huge amount of stock. If you see 22.5% of a billion dollar company, that's a very huge amount of money. Similarly, InfoEdge has taken a lot of right decisions. They invested in a lot of good companies in a very early stage. So believing in InfoEdge to do all the hard work, all the research, all the findings, and putting the money in the correct place, it's much easier than we doing all the research, understanding how the startup will work, predicting how they might work, what the profitability they might reach in the future. Because Zomato has been more than 10 years, still they're loss making company. Policybazaar has been a long time. They're there in the market, but still they're not profitable. So like this, it's very difficult task for retail investor to find a company and make direct investment. First thing. Second thing is that these startups, right? So these startups, what happen? The PE investors, the VCs, they leverage the risk because they invest in 10, 20, 50 startups, and they have a very good thesis that 90% of them will fail. Out of 50, even if 10%, the 5 of them becomes billions and billions worth of company, they get recover their money first and they become profitable also. But we as a retail investor, we don't have that kind of possibilities because of our lack of funds. So we cannot keep investing 30, 40 startups and wait for one or two of them to become successful so that our returns gets averaged out. So that is not possible for us, and that is also a reason why we should buy the stock of InfoEdge. So this was my actually understanding why InfoEdge is a better company when it comes to startups, and also fundamentals are also very good. Going forward, why if InfoEdge is so good, that should reflect in the numbers also. So this is how InfoEdge is differentiated from other companies. Zomato, if you see, ROE and ROC is negative. InfoEdge ROE is 3.67, ROC is 3.0 positive. 197 Communication, the company which has a brand Paytm, 17.82% and 19.45, sorry, 17.82 and 19.45 is the ROE and ROC respectively. All these companies are doing negative ROE, where InfoEdge being, I told repeatedly, being in the same domain with a much larger risk, they are making money. PV Fintech, the company which is behind Policybazaar, is minus 9.09 ROE, 10.83 ROC. Fino Payments is very good company. They are doing positive ROE and ROC. They made profit also in the last quarter. FSN e-commerce, which behind the brand Nykaa, they are also doing good positive ROE and ROC. I am personally interested in Fino Payments a lot because it's a part of fintech, and I am somehow seeing that some of the fintech will do very good in India. So if you are interested in watching a video on Fino Payments, let me know in the comment section. I'll create a video on Fino Payments in detail. Now, what is the sales? As I told you, sales numbers should reflect. If it is such a good company, the numbers in sales should reflect. If you see the sales from January 2007 to January 2021, there had always been an increase in the graph size. That means this company's sales has been increasing apart from the dip in January, and because of which, if you see, their net profit and operating profit margin have always been consistent apart from the dip here in 2019 and there's a dip in 2020. The drop in revenue also it happened here because of pandemic and everything. So apart from these two scenarios, this company has been consistent in operating profit margin, has been consistent in net profit margin also. So this company is fundamentally very good. Few other points if you see, 2018, 19, as I told you, 2021, every time their revenue has increased, and every year apart from 2020 dip, they have made money. So they are a profitable company. So stock price CAGR last 5 years, they given 41% CAGR, exceptional return. 10 years CAGR is 29%, which is also not bad. If you see promoter holding, 38.4% is there with the promoter. FIS has got a very good stock, 36.3, sorry, holding 36.37%. 10.7% is held by retail investors only, out of which 2.43, 1.87, 1.14 are strong hands. That means retail investors has got only around 5% holding in this particular company. What is the reason that retail investors are not participating in InfoEdge? First reason, the stocks are not available because FIIs and DIIs and promoters are holding a majority of the stock. Second reason, there is not much media commercial about info edge. People know about Naukri, their ads about Naukri, their ads about Zomato, their ads about Policy Bazaar. You will not see much of talk about info edge, and that's why retail investors doesn't know about what info edge does, what info edge pros, what the strength of info edge and everything. A lot of investors doesn't even know info edge is invested in Zomato and holds 22.5% more than that in Zomato. So it's a very knowledge is very less around info edge. That's the reason retail investors not invested in info edge, but the growth, the returns what info is given in the past, and the growth is going to happen in the Indian startup sector. The return in the future would be much bigger than what they've given in the past. This is how it looks like. So this is my personal opinion. You can have a different opinion on this also. I'm saying because my personal opinion, you can decide whether you want to invest or not. You can do your own research and then you can opt to invest or you can opt out for investment also. So this was the fundamentals. You go to technicals. So this is the technical chart it looks like. Okay, so first, so it's a very good base and all. So we'll go to the trading view and we'll see the analysis on the chart from there itself. So here we are back at trading view chart. So if you see this particular place is a very good strong support for info edge for long time. So almost a year. In February last year this was support. So I'll just encircle this to highlight this part. So it was support here, it was a support here, it was a good support here. Again it touched many times here, good support, very good support twice basically here. So this is a very good support and stock is moving up from the support. So it's a very good investment point at this point in time. So we'll see what is the first target. So first target is this for me. This is a very good resistance point also. So you can say this is a very good resistance. I'll highlight again. So this was the first resistance, this was the second resistance, this was the third resistance, and almost here it was the fourth resistance. So the target, if you see from current price, I'll just take it from here, and the current price is somewhere here, and from here if you see the return is 23.65%. That's the first target. If you move further, second target, my opinion will be the it will if this company, the way this company performs, the moment the market becomes normal, the stock will touch its previous high. So considering that previous high, the kind of return you can expect from this stock, I'm sorry. So we'll try to do it again here. So let me drag it from here. And if you see the return, what we can get is close to 59-60% from here. So these are the two midterm targets for this stock. But as per my understanding, whatever I discussed so far, my opinion will be that I don't invest in this stock for midterm. If you can block your money, if you can see, if you are a person who invests in long term, this stock is one company which you can invest for long term and also making benefit out of the startup boom in India. Then InfoEdge is one such company which you can add in your portfolio and for really long term. So this was my analysis. So if you like this, if you think it helps you to understand more on the InfoEdge part, do like the video, do give your comments in the share with your friends and family and subscribe the channel if you are new to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Stay happy, stay safe.